Very good morning. It's Mark here. Let's get my charts up. Got my charts. Got them there. And there we go. Hi, Mark here. It is 8:30 Eastern. That's 1:30 GMT. Yesterday was a hectic day in the markets. We had the Fed FOMC interest rate decision. They did cut rates by 25 basis points as expected. But what really moved the markets was more in the 2025 projections, very, very hawkish with the Fed, possibly only two interest rate cuts next year. And that's very hawkish and bullish for the US dollar, very negative for Wall Street, and the markets reacted accordingly. Let's have a look. US dollar index. Wow. So you can see there is the reaction to the Fed announcement yesterday, was hanging around 106.64, ended up going right up to almost the 108 level. That's very strong. Opened a little bit lower today. You can see that. Hasn't yet kind of made up its mind. US session has just got underway now. So we'll have to watch and see. I have gone to shorter time frames to put in relevant resistance and support levels, which we'll have to use for stop loss, take profit, re-enter, get in and out of some of these trends that we were in yesterday. Sitting right now at 107.73. Buyers are going to look back up at that 108, look to come and test this resistance, which going back to November. Last month, on the 22nd of November, we saw the US dollar index touch that 108 almost yesterday, I think 1 or 2 points below the high, literally 107.99, but also at the 108. Gapped down at the open, a little bit lower, some profit taking, a little bit of nervousness. People stopped out, and now we start again today. Like I say, 108 will be the target for buyers to continue and follow up on yesterday's strong rally. Alternatively, sellers will look to first test this 107.50 area, which is the low from today. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. There is the daily. There you see the inverse relationship. Strong US dollar and equity markets came down crashing yesterday as low as under the 6,000 level. Remember, the 6,000 we did see as being pivotal. Well, it came down to just under that yesterday, quite considerably under 5,936. But as you can see now, looking to fight its way back to get to that 6,000 level. Inverse relationship, strong US dollar, and we see the sell-off in the equity markets. Let's have a look at gold. And you see there also the inverse relationship, strong US dollar, and there was gold's big sell-off yesterday, all the way down to 2,581, below the 2,600 level, exactly where it's sitting now at the start of the US session. Earlier in today's session, it went all the way up to 2,626. I've put that in as my intraday resistance. Sellers have come in again and brought it back down, and it's sitting at that 2,600 level. Buyers will look for the 2,626 as a starting point. In other words, today's high, and then go look at 2,650, where it had been comfortable gold for the past few days, pretty much this week, leading up to yesterday's decision. Buyers will look for first at 26, 27.30, then look for 26.50 if it can make a comeback. Alternatively, if the selling does continue, sellers will target yesterday's support, and that's at 2,582, below the 2,600 level. Let's have a look at oil. Brent oil, we know, had been in a bearish trend. There'd been a sell-off for the last 3 days. There you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yesterday, Monday, Tuesday. Let's try that again. Today's Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're the 3 sell-off days from up here at $74.5, came all the way down to 72.5, just under 72.34. It's a nice big move over 3 days. Yesterday, we can see it continued, but is fighting back today. Bounced up off the support at 72.34. So that's where sellers will look to aim down and take out that 72.34 support. Buyers have used that as a floor and come in and protected that area, and now sitting above the $73 mark, 73.16. So buyers will want to maintain price action above $73. Look for maybe yesterday's high at 73.84 on the way back to looking at $74. Sellers will look to test the 73, come down and to yesterday's 72.26. There is the range we're sitting in right now. And then let's look at Bitcoin. Big sell-off yesterday. And I think pretty significant, the sell-off yesterday, all the way from $106,000, over $106,000, and went all the way down to below $100,000, or at least tested that 100,000, that original pivotal $100,000 mark. It has fought back today, all the way up. You can see my intraday resistance at 102,600, up from 100. It also tested somewhat lower at 98,700. And at this point, sitting at 101,700, I think 100 is our pivot point at this stage. Buyers will want to look for price action to remain above the 100,000 level, and then to test today's high of 102,600. Sellers, on the other hand, if they want to try and continue and follow up on yesterday's big move down, which would signal a real reversal to this very long uptrend that we've been in, will look for to get back below 100,000 and test 98,440. Good trading, guys. Keep that discipline today, and I'll see you at the end of day session. Good trading.